Being a largely populated small country, Bangladesh is facing tremendous problems in providing shelter, meals, clothes, health, and education needs to this large Rohingya population. The foreign aids are not also enough, and there is no sustainable solution till now without their safe return to Myanmar. Bangladesh government experiences a lack of funds from the international community to run the Rohingya camps sustainably with adequate facilities. The scenario became worse during the pandemic.
Look, I mean, in 2017, when Bangladesh faced this huge influx of persecuted women, children, wounded, carrying the deads and, the old. I mean, it's a horrific scene out of a movie. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina took a very bold decision and gave them shelter. As I had said earlier, it was a choice between letting them perish or to saving them. And she made the right decision to save them. So right after that influx, she had come to the General Assembly here, and she appealed when she made her annual statement at the General Assembly, she appealed to the international community to take collective actions to resolve the crisis. She had offered some concrete proposals in this regard, and since then she has repeated her cause at the General Assembly and other international forums. Even when she was here in September, again, she made the same call again. Okay, and I believe these efforts, as I said, have resulted in the international community to take also some of these actions, as I said. And at the regional front, we, of course, remain engaged with other major powers in the region, including China, Japan, and India. And we have all along tried to have more active involvement with the ASEAN. We mobilized the OIC, as we have said, which eventually played a historical role at the accountability front by initiating proceedings in the International Court of Justice against the Myanmar under the 1948 Genocide Convention. So I believe the resolutions in the General Assembly provides solid ground for international communities' multifaceted engagements in the Myanmar, as well as all the accountability sort of measures that are underway, ongoing. So I think these are all very important measures that are underway. This is a very complex crisis. Although we would like it to be going away anytime soon, I really don't know how soon it will go away. But I would say that the Rohingya crisis, resolving the crisis is a collective responsibility, I will say, as its implication go beyond borders. And delaying this crucial problem jeopardizes our collective security. And the growing frustration over the lack of progress in repatriation is inevitable to push many of the Rohingyas to get involved in criminal activities or even to fall prey to such activities, to criminal networks. And this could potentially have serious political and security ramifications, not only for my own country, Bangladesh, but for the region as a whole. And that is why, we have always tried to stress on the urgency of the international community to act now. Okay, and I know this is where it is. I think it's very, very important, the security aspect of it. And but sadly enough, I mean, although we have had these resolutions, although we have all these mandates, there is not that same level of urgency that we have, not perhaps shared with equal intensity by everyone. And what is very, very important is that the international community has come forward. I mean, they have been providing humanitarian assistance. And what we say is that this is a humanitarian crisis, no doubt about that. But it is also a political crisis. It is about the disenfranchisement of an entire population by their state because of their ethnicity and religion. And if the root causes of the Rohingya crisis are not addressed, no amount of humanitarian assistance will solve the problem. No amount of humanitarian assistance will solve the problem.
Myanmar's continued defiance of its obligations, and in the 5th year of the mass exodus, Bangladesh's only priority remains the repatriation of the Rohingya to their home. Since the process that employed so far has not been successful yet, the international community needs to revisit their approach and act promptly in a decisive manner to help Rohingya materialize their fundamental right to return to their homes in safety, security and dignity. According to the statements of the Prime Minister, Bangladesh is ready to support any initiative that would facilitate a durable solution to the Rohingya crisis.